Hi, and welcome back. So, this is part 3 of the Sticky Emotions instructional videos. This is the repair process. And if you remember from the wanted and unwanted identities list, this is what we do when we catch ourselves making a mistake. None of us are perfect. We all sometimes align with an unwanted identity. And so when we find ourselves there, this helps us make things right and get back into alignment with our most authentic and desired self. So we start with looking at what are the ways in which I got out of alignment. So we're looking for behaviors and words here. So this is just an example. So I said, I wrote down, I've said mean things, I raised my voice, I blamed and accused, I slammed the door, gave the silent treatment, got defensive. So that's just an example of behaviors. You're going to come up with your own. Pause the video, fill in that spot, come back for the next question. How did I want or need to be seen at the time I was making this mistake or out of alignment with my wanted self? So here I've given an example. I wanted to be seen as curious. I wanted to be seen as somebody with integrity, someone who is competent. I wanted to be seen as good enough and trustworthy. Go ahead and pause the video, fill in those sections for yourself, and come back. Which unwanted identities did I mistakenly align with? So here we're going to, again, to those, the second and third question are drawing from that first process, the wanted and unwanted identities process. So I've got here, I didn't want to be seen, or I was just mistakenly aligning with being too emotional. I was being weak. I was acting from a place of feeling like I wasn't worthy. The fear of being seen as always wanting to be right, and the fear of being seen as egotistical. And so in those fears, I actually did some things that kind of aligned with those identities mistakenly. So go ahead and pause the video, fill out that section for yourself, and come back. What do I wish I would have done or said? And so here I put the examples of practice curiosity and speak softly. And in practice of curiosity, you're asking questions where you genuinely want to know the other person's perspective or experience. You're not asking a question with a preconceived answer. That is not curiosity. So keep yourself in check there and make sure that you're looking for, how does this person that I interacted with feel? What's their experience of this interaction like? What are their needs? And in doing that, I'm going to speak softly and I'm going to listen to understand, not listen to form a response. So that's what I wish I would have done instead. Then we're going to look at, who do we need to make repair with? Sometimes that's ourself. Sometimes that's another person. So you identify that person. When do I want to do that? So you're thinking ahead, planning, like maybe I want to do that this weekend. Maybe I want to do that tonight. But it's not during the midst of the conflict. It's something that you go back and do to make repair when everybody's calmed back down. And then what repair words? What do I want to do and what do I need to say? And so in this case, I gave the example that I would explain the wanted identities piece because this person may not know what that is. So I'll talk about my wanted and unwanted identities. And then I'll ask how the other person feels. Listen for curiosity. I'll share how I feel and share my intentions and see if we can get back to a better place. I'll also share that I'm an apology. I'm sorry that I did these things, that I'm sorry I said mean things. I'm sorry I raised my voice and that I blamed or accused you. I'm sorry I slammed the door and gave you the silent treatment. I'm sorry I got defensive. So an apology is an important part of the repair process. So that's about it. And it's a vulnerable thing to do, to identify where we messed up. But the way you will feel when you look at who and how you are in relationship to somebody before and after the repair process is a beautiful change, because once you get back into alignment with your authentic self, it's a win. You'll always feel better, and it undoes the power of shame and harnesses the power of worthiness and wholeheartedness. See you next time.